Yasas. Can you say Yasas? That's how you say hello in Greek. Welcome to Patrika's Little Star Cafe. Facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Monday, July 22nd, 2019, and here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1. A heat wave has struck the US and Canada. While temperatures above 100 degrees Fahrenheit are not uncommon to the eastern and southern worlds, lifestyles in the West are not equipped and used to dealing with such temperatures. A heat wave advisory has cancelled events and forced people to remain in air conditioning. In fact, in New York, the government has made 500 AC shelters. Back in the day, in Eastern cultures, houses were designed to remain cool in such times and warmer in the winters. They maybe didn't seem very technological, but they were very scientific. Number 2, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has become the longest-serving Israeli Prime Minister, even more than the first Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion. Netanyahu has ruled for over 5,000 days. Number 3, 2 German tourists were fined for making coffee and picnicking on the famous Rialto Bridge in Venice. Venice has imposed a lot of restrictions, like no picnicking and even for not wearing a t-shirt, for instance. And they're all because the residents there want to limit the tourists and maintain the city despite the 30 million tourists that visit every year. There's even a €10 entry fee now for tourists. And now for today's mega matter. The Proms is an 8-day music festival that showcases orchestras to the public in London. It takes place at the famous Royal Albert Museum. While most people have heard of composers like Bach, Beethoven, Chopin, Tchaikovsky, and Mozart, have you heard of any famous female composer or maestra? And there were plenty back then too. This year, Karina Kanellakis has become the first woman to conduct for the first night of the Proms, and the pieces she conducted included innovative works like Zosha de Castri's tribute to 50 Years on the Moon. The orchestra rubbed together pieces of paper, blew air in milk bottles, and scraped keys on harps to draw that eerie sound of what Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong must have heard up there. So unique. Today's word of the day is symphony. That's a fancy music composition usually composed in a sonata form and performed by a full orchestra. And finally, for today's quote of the day, one good thing about music is that when it hits you, you feel no pain. That's a quote by Bob Marley. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care. Lots of love, Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Do you know how loved you are?